back to the Ebony Odyssey. My name is Jermaine Golong, and I am a servant of the Most High God. I really appreciate you for coming along, and as always, enjoy the journey. Today, my topic is Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear. And my support scriptures for this, I have a couple this day. Matthew chapter 18, verse 6. I have Romans, more specifically 1, verse 32. And I have James 3, verse 1. And I want to use all of these to kind of tie into the overall point. A recent movie, Buzz Lightyear, and it's been a lot of movies like Hotel Transylvania 2, one that comes to mind kind of quickly. Buzz Lightyear, other movies kind of like this that have a skewed view of the world. It's a Western type mindset that promotes a certain lifestyle that shouldn't be introduced to our kids at a certain age, right? And I say that just because I don't want my kids seeing things that I don't let them sit in the bed while me and my wife are making love. So I wouldn't want them to be watching anyone else do inappropriate things that we don't do in front of our children, right? Come on, guys. We've just let things get a little bit too far and way out of hand. But this is a Western world, that we used to live in, that we have moved from. So we don't see that here. They've actually banned the Buzz Lightyear movie here. Some of the sin that, just runs rampant throughout Hollywood, and that they show to each and everyone's kid on a daily basis, they don't allow it here. And so I want to use some of these scriptures to kind of highlight what, God put on my heart about this. So I'll start with Matthew chapter 18, verse 6, that says, "But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depths of the sea." Okay, that is Matthew chapter 18, verse 6. And you got to think about, hey, wow, why are we offending God by these such actions, right? But it gets to the point where I want to pick it up in Romans, and it's talking about, about the people in this generation, the people in this age. And so I want to start from 26, but the one that I'm really going to highlight is 32. So Romans 1, verse 26, and the one I want to emphasize is 32. So again, who would cause one of these little ones to stumble, right? That's the main thought we need to have in our head. Who's going to cause one of these little ones to stumble? And then we get into Romans 1, where it says, "For this cause God gave them up to vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature." That woman kissing a woman in the Buzz Lightyear, right? That's something that God doesn't approve of. Let me continue. "And likewise also men, leading the natural use of a woman, burn in their lust toward another. Men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was met. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to the reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, whisperers, backbiting, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful. And where we're at 32 is, who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do. Okay, and so I really, really, really want to point out, and sorry about the plane in the background, but I really, really want to point out verse 32. Because we think we're all sweet and loving and kind, and we would never do anything against God, right? So all of these things they talked about, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil, right? All of these things, right? That's not us. Who knowing, and we get right to verse 32, guys. Please stay with me. Who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death. The people who do these things are worthy of death. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do. We watch these things, and we delight in being able to watch these things. That ain't us. But we agree, and we allow, and we go ahead and we support these things that's strictly against God. But that ain't us. I hope you understand what God is getting to in this verse. And he's pointing out not only those that do those things, but those that approve of those who do those things. Because if you ain't shunning it, you approving it. Because if you ain't against it, you with it. But that ain't got nothing to do with us. That has everything to do with us. That has everything to do with our mindset. That has everything to do with what we allow, because we are allowing our children to see these things. We are allowing our children to experience these things, and we are responsible. And let me get to James chapter 3, verse 1, which says, my brethren, not let many of you become teachers, knowing that we shall receive a stricter judgment. If we're not teaching our kids, who is? And we're responsible because God gave us these wonderful gifts to nurture, to instruct, to teach. And if we're not teaching them properly, we will receive the stricter judgment. If we're going to allow our kids to go and just be indoctrinated with sin, we're going to cause our children to stumble. We will be that one that causes these kids to stumble. So we should have the millstone hung around our necks. And if we're not disapproving of those things that's against God, we're approving of those things. I promise you, you can read these scriptures for yourself. I'm just putting them together because this is the thought God put on my heart this morning. And we are teachers of our children. We are teachers. We're supposed to teach them the gospel. We're supposed to teach them many things. But ultimately, we are the teachers. So if we're not teaching them right, we're teaching them wrong. And you can tell me, but this is just a movie. Okay, I've told you. And I have nothing else to say about the subject. Family, as always, I appreciate you for listening. And as always, enjoy the journey.